Am I audible? Awesome. Let me ask a question. How many of you love to play video games? Raise your hands. Okay, fine. How many of you like maths as a subject? Oh, nice. And how many of you don't like maths at all? Awesome! Because you know what? Honestly, I never liked maths. Never. But suppose there is a class of 40 students, and out of those 40 students, 30 students are able to score marks between 80 to 100 in mathematics, and some of them are unable to score even the passing marks. Watch what happens next. One of the students who was unable to score even the passing marks goes to one of the 30 students and starts spending time with that student. And that's how the entire perspective towards the subject starts to change. He starts getting answers. And what happens next? Exams are conducted. Results are out. And the whole class is shocked. Just like this. Everybody is unable to believe what happened. Imagine a student who could not even score 20 on 100 was able to become one of the highest scorers, became one of the toppers of the class. And guess who the student was? It was me. Yes, it was me. See, I'm not here to glorify my academic background because I was a very normal student. My intention is not about scoring marks. My intention is only to emphasize the power of an action. The power of an action. What happened? Simple decision of asking for help from the right part, from the right person at the right time led to series of events. What were the events? Consistent practice of problem solving. And slowly, the interest towards the subject also increased. And then, the result came out. This is the butterfly effect. Now, can anybody tell me, what are we made up of? Atoms. We all are made up of atoms. And atoms consist of electrons, protons and neutrons. From atoms, what is made? Right. From atoms, molecules are made. From molecules, cells are made. From cells, tissues are made. From tissues, organs are made. From organs, organ systems are made. And from organ systems, an organism is made. Yes or no? Now what happens in this organism? There are certain glands which are released. There are certain glands which release certain hormones and chemicals. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say you are sitting for an exam or you have to appear for an interview. You feel stressed sometimes? Yes? That is because of cortisol. And there are other 4 hormones or chemicals. And they are dopamine, serotonin, endorphin, and oxytocin. Now let's say you are having a powerful workout or you are dancing. Then dopamine is released. And serotonin is also released. When you are having a laughter, then endorphin is released. When you are sitting in the sunlight and meditating or listening to a nice soothing music, serotonin is released. And when you are affectionately hugging somebody, then oxytocin is released. Just in case, if you are feeling a little bit low, if you simply take custard apple and start having it, it will not only improve your mood, ladies and gentlemen, it will also help to increase vitamin B6 level. It will help increase potassium and magnesium in your body. It will fight against cancer cells. It will build your immune system stronger. Why I'm sharing it? Because I have tried and tested. I have researched, that is why. And why I'm sharing all these examples? Because your one single step, your one single action Your one single decision of taking a nice deep breath, coming back to the present moment, can create an effect. I'll give you another example. Whenever we receive a notification, what happens? Whatever task we were doing at that time, we get distracted and we start interacting with that person because that's a message. Another example. You upload a picture on social media or you upload a video on social media. You get notifications like XYZ liked your picture, ABC commented on your picture. Have you ever wondered that it is not a simple like? The like is with the name. Yes or no? This is the reason why these apps are designed. Because all these apps know what goes inside the brain. They know that people will become addicted. People will like it. People will get excited. And what happens next? We start scrolling videos, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, again 15 seconds. I mean, you decided that you would be only on social media for 10 minutes and you end up spending 2 hours, 3 hours, mindlessly scrolling. I'm not saying it's bad. No, it's not bad. If you're learning something good, if it is helping you to become a better person, if it is educating you, good, watch videos. But if it is taking your energy, if it is causing you health damage, you need to draw a line. You need to set a boundary. A lot of us like to play video games. Why? Because there are rewards. After level 1, level 2, level 3, every single level, we receive rewards. And that's the excitement. I'm not saying it's bad. People from gaming industry, people who are content creators have to spend time on screen. But can I tell you something? The average screen time of a person is not less than 7 hours a day. What's happening? Instead of human interactions, we are having just mobile interactions. You see, the health is the real wealth. It should not be taken for granted. What is happening when we are spending time on social media? There are certain chemicals. One of the powerful chemical which is being released in excess is dopamine. And when excess happens, we do get into addiction and also face hallucination. We start getting hallucinations. So it's important to draw a line, ladies and gentlemen. A word, a sentence, an action, a decision, a choice can create an impact. I am reminded of this ancient story. And what happened in the story? A sentence was spoken. And after the sentence, a war took place, which led to killing of millions of people, ladies and gentlemen. Had the sentence not been spoken, the war could have been avoided. Do you know what the sentence was? Blind man's son will always be blind. One sentence. You pick up any war in the world. It is because of a sentence, it is because of a word. There is some trigger which creates an effect. Remember one thing. If there is chaos, there has to be order established. In an indisciplined class, you require a teacher or a monitor, yes or no? Yes. Otherwise, what will happen? It will be a mess. So, you have the remote control in your hands. You decide how much time you are going to put in for video games, how much time you are going to watch videos, how much time you are going to invest in learning a skill. Nobody else does it for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's in your hands. And it is all about focus. It is all about focus, nothing else. Okay, let us do this fun activity. And I want each one of you to participate, right? I want you all to repeat these 2 powerful magical spells after me, which will help you to be in the moment. Can we do it? Yes or no? Yes, louder. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Now, Great. So, repeat after me. Here and now is where my power is. Super. Next is, I'm focused on what I can control. You immediately come to the present moment, the moment you say, because words have power, everything is energy. And in the perspective of quantum physics, one of the greatest scientists by the name Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Can we please have the vibrational chart? Thank you. So here you see, this is the vibrational chart. And you can see every single emotion is vibrating at a specific frequency. It's like when you tune into the right frequency, you are able to listen to the music of your choice. And if you tune to the wrong frequency, it doesn't serve the purpose, right? So, if you are in the state of shame, guilt, grief, fear, or anger, you will be vibrating at the lowest frequency. And if you are in the state of acceptance, willingness, love, blissfulness, joy, peace, you will be vibrating at the highest frequency, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying that anger is a bad emotion, no. And we must not suppress these emotions. We can learn to regulate these emotions. We can learn to process these emotions because every single person has some kind of wisdom. It's not about taking action mindlessly. It's about taking action with wisdom. You have your experience and you put it. A lot of people say, first you get a job and then you will be happy. First you get married and then you will have a lovely life. And everybody knows what happens after that. Yes or no? What I'm trying to tell you is, if you become the energy of love, if you become the energy of joy, imagine what kind of person you'll become. Imagine what kind of life, what kind of reality you're going to create, ladies and gentlemen. You become love, you become joy, you become peace, you become compassion, and then you walk into the world. I understand there is going to be challenges, there are going to be obstacles, but with the right mindset, you can do it. Yes or no? I'll share you a story of a girl. She was a fearless woman who raised her voice against injustice. And, just give me a second. She was a fearless woman who raised her voice against injustice, had her own struggles of, personal and professional life. She was managing somehow. Until one day, she gets trapped. She gets trapped by an exploiter and harassed mentally, emotionally, and whatnot. And he was a narcissist person. Somebody who completely drains your energy and you are not even aware of what is happening with yourself. She reached to a point in her life where she completely lost herself. She was in the lowest frequency. She was in the state of helplessness and she couldn't really understand what's happening. She was drained. She forgot who she was. A girl, imagine, who could take a stand for others, was unable to take a stand for herself. Externally, she was happy. Internally, she was not happy at all. She was broken. Until one day, she felt that it is time that I have to break the glass. She took a decision. What was the decision? A decision of not listening to the voice in her head that was constantly telling her, you are not good enough. You won't be able to do it. You're going to be stuck. She asked that voice to be quiet, and she chose to listen to the voice of her core, which said, You got this. You are more than enough. You'll be able to overcome it. Just take one step at a time. It's okay. Everything can be worked out. She heard the voice, gained her power back, and she set herself free. That's none other than me. This is my story. I've been through the worst, and I know how bad it can go. But what I did, every single experience of my life, I looked at from a different perspective. Every worst decision, every worst experience I had, I started looking at it from a better perspective, started taking lessons from it. I kept everything aside and started working on my mindset. It took me a lot of time, lot of inner work, lot of healing. And I felt that I really need to go out and share this with the world. And that's when, from an actor, I became an empowerment coach, a mindset coach. I got my certifications, and I felt if I can help somebody, let me go. If I can help myself, let me go and help others. The simplest of the things that you can do in every single day, do you know what you can do? Set an intention for the day. Be grateful. Practice mindfulness. Visualization. Meditation is the most beautiful gift. Affirmations, done with the right intention. There is a system, there is a process. You just don't have to do it mindlessly. The most important of all is having a purpose in your life and flowing into that direction and making it as an anchor. This can be done if you have zero self-doubts and you only focus on the process and not the goal, because the process teaches you and you have to surrender and have faith towards it. You take a seed in your hand and you sow the seed into the soil. The seed grows into a plant and becomes a tree and bears fruits. The tree takes in the carbon dioxide and emits oxygen. Remember, if you plant a tree anywhere in the world, it is going to create an effect in the whole universe. So go and plant a tree. Start with a seed, a thought of hope, of courage, of compassion, of love, of resilience, of peace, of bliss. Thank you. Thank you.